Nigga, I have no shame, bro. I have a whole dog that I love and care about. I do not give a fuck.
You could have Purex though, or whatever that shit is.
Nigga, a hand sanitizer for what, nigga? Like I said, it's not like I'm eating again and licking my fingers after. Shit, get off my back. Alright, I am live now. I'm sorry if y'all are catching this. Jordan is on my line fucking trying to give me a hard time about loving my dog and thinking I'm a damn disgusting person.
Don't get Peter calling on me now. Like, damn, don't make it sound like that.
I'm about to delete this video since it was such a triggering event for you. Let's go to view channel. Section. What's up, y'all? I want to make sure that nobody's confused on that old video. So if you're in here or you're just tuning in, give me just a second and I will get cracking. I just want to manage my videos and delete this previous live. That was a solid 7 seconds. Let's go ahead and delete this forever. Alright, and it says that I'm live. Market analysis for the upcoming week. Come with questions, I have answers. Deleting videos while you wait. You can leave the screen. Cool. Alright, I am now live with one person watching. Hello, one person. I'm about to get my music going and then we are about to get hot and heavy. Oh, let me drop this link actually for wow, I love how quick this lag is. Alright, so I'm gonna pause that. Again, give me just a second. I'm about to share this link with a couple more people. And then we are going to get cracking. But you guys can listen to some music while we wait. Good old instrumentals that I've been rocking with. Hopefully I haven't watched too many YouTube videos. Damn, y'all seen all my history. Don't judge me if you see anything weird on here, alright? I think this is the playlist. Okay, this seems like it. If we can start with this.
Any other website that I've tried.
That is loud. Alright, turn this down.
Months, about a year. So to have done all of that and to have a published website with it.
I'm about to pull my mic close because last time it was like interfering with me talking. Let me know if y'all can, if the music is too loud or if it's fine. Why is this like zoom in like this? Alright, what's gonna play up next? I don't even know anymore. This is doing too much. Maybe we'll go without music. Hip hop instrumentals. Yeah, here we go. This is it. I need to save this playlist. Alright, anyway. We are almost ready to get started, ladies and gentlemen. I just need to send this link to one more person. Or a group of people. Again, let me know if the music is too loud. I'm trying to change their music here. This seems too loud. I don't like it. And I guess technically I don't need to hear myself, so I'm going to turn this volume down a lot. Alright, hopefully y'all can still hear the music, but it's very faint. I think now we are ready to get started. So, check. I just want to make sure that my stuff is still streaming. Live, go live. Check. Alright, cool. So pause this, I don't need to hear myself talking. I can make sure I have my comments up if anybody puts any, which, what up Jordan, appreciate the 3, good brother. Alright, so, again, this music is a little too loud. If y'all got questions at any point, please drop them in the chat. my plan for today is to not review trades because I want to start doing these a little bit quicker, and it seems like majority of people just want the market analysis anyways. So what I'm going to do is go through all of these pairs, debate on if I want to do analysis on them or not, and if I do analysis, obviously we'll go down from the weekly to the daily to the 4 hour, and then I'll talk about my bias, why my bias is what it is. I'll go relatively quick. Some of these pairs, like I know for sure GJ is actually one, and NJ is one. These I won't be doing analysis on because it's just continuing to pump up, and this is not enough of a level for me, so I would rather it be in areas like this. Something similar to AU, how AU looks right now. So that is the agenda for today. If there are no questions, we will get it on and cracking. And this blinds are way too bright for me, so I'm about to turn it. Close this window. Alright, so without further ado, let me put my bifocals on. You know, niggas is getting old, baby. Yeah. Alright, so where do I start? Alright, so GU, we're going to start from the weekly and look at the trend, the current trend. So right now this is a high point and this was a low, and then it broke, and it has not broke since. So this was the high, this was the low, and it broke below the higher low at this point, and this is the lower low. This is now the lower high. So the weekly is what? You guessed it, bearish. Weekly is bearish. This is all we do, ladies and gentlemen, every single week, but it ends up paying us lots of money. Alright, so daily, same shenanigan. So what we're going to do is get rid of our text box so we can analyze the charts. It looks very similar to what we just looked at on the weekly. Now, although in case people are watching and wondering, this is a higher point, I'm not too concerned about it because I can clearly see that this was the lower point and price broke through. And so at this point, this is the lowest low, this was a higher high, or this was a higher high, whichever one you want to consider. Price still broke above anyway, so I'm not concerned about these, even though it was our weekly analysis included in there. So I'm just going to what's very clear as a high point, which is here on the daily time frame. So I'm going to use that as the high. Whenever you have a high point in the market, you always try to find your most recent low. So this is a higher high, this is a higher low. Price broke below this higher low at this point right here, making this a bullish market. And since this was the new low, whether you want to consider this or this as the high, I personally would probably consider this because it's a very drastic candlestick. So on the daily time frame, this was a bearish market with this being the higher low. Lower low and lower high. But then price broke again, and this is the lowest point, making this the lower low, this the lower high, and a downtrending market. Then price breaks above right here, making this an uptrend, higher high, higher low. Then it broke again. This is now the new higher high. I wouldn't consider this a higher low because this just looks like a stall in the market. So I'm going to use this as the higher low. So this was bearish, and then once price broke above this candlestick right here, at this point right here, it made this a bullish. I have so many fucking flies in this house, and it's really annoying. So if you see me swatting, don't judge me. And my house is not messy, not dirty. It's just messy, and it's hot. But anyway, so higher high, higher low. This is an uptrend. Price broke above again, and I don't really want to consider any of these as higher lows. Although I do see it breaking below, so maybe I should. And if it holds that level, because this is a pretty strong level of support, so let's see what it looks like on the chart. Yeah, I'm actually going to consider this. I'm going to consider this a higher low point. Only because if this was just looking like this and I didn't see this to the left, I probably wouldn't. But because I'm looking at how much of a level it was respected on the daily, like if you really look at all these candle closes within this little box right here, wow, there's a lot. Alright, so we're going to count like actual candle closes. This is a group of candle closes that failed to break below. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 days straight that price couldn't push below. Then 2 more days where it held, and then 2 more days where it held. And when it finally broke, it pushed for a while, it retested and failed to push above. But then when it broke above, it retested and broke high. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 solid touches. So this is an area of interest. So I am going to count this as not necessarily a high or low, but a level in the market. So I guess technically, if I'm not going to consider this a high or low because of how small and insignificant this candle is, this just looks like a stall in the market. I wouldn't doubt that this is for sure a level in the market, but I would not consider this a high or low. So if that is the case, then technically, being that this was a bearish market, price broke above and it's bullish now. Actually, so what I said is still true, it's still the case, right? This is not necessarily a level, but as it broke above and this made a higher high, I would consider this a higher low. And if not that one, for sure this one a higher low as price broke above again. So although this is not, this was a higher high and this could be a higher low. And so price broke below that here. So the daily is bearish on GU. We're going to look at the daily as bearish right here. Matter of fact, if we looked at last week's recordings, I'm pretty sure I touched on this. And I had this long ass debate with myself. And I think I considered this as the higher low. And I looked at this. That's the pros and cons of deleting all your stuff every time you chart up. Because it's almost like you forgot you did it the week before. So yeah, I'm going to consider for sure this a higher low. This whole area, because it was just a level that held in the market, and all these technically are candle closes below. I just like them to be more significant, but at the end of the day, objectively, when price moves from one direction to another and it creates a low point, which is a lot clearer to see here. Like this is clearly a low point where candles close. So that was a mouthful to say that I'm going to consider these higher lows from this higher high, and price broke below at this point. So the daily is also bearish on GU. Wow, that was a lot to say that. Hopefully y'all got something from that, because I swear that type of stuff is gold, and it really helps you have your confluences to take trades moving forward. So daily is bearish. 4H. Let me put this close to it because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to drag it again when I get to the 4H. Alright, and this is pretty apparent that it's bearish, right? So we had a high point here, and then the higher low is here. Price broke below that. This makes this the new higher high. Price broke below again, so this could be considered the new higher high, or lower high, sorry. But regardless, price never broke above that anyway, so this is definitely bearish. And I actually got a good win on this last week, so I need to see a pullback before I take it, because it's definitely just pushing right now. But since this level's here, I'm going to show you guys what I would be looking for to take this trade. And sometimes I'm pretty weary with taking trades on a pair that I've already won when I don't see like a very clear pullback. But what we love is all three time frames being in sync on the higher time frames for our analysis. So we have that right now. We have the weekly, daily, and the 4-hour all bearish. And since we have an area of interest, which is like we just showed, holding pretty strong. So this line, this hard black line, is our daily. I believe it was the lower high. Or maybe it was the weekly, because this is clearly under the daily. I don't know what that line is actually. Anyway, so once we have all four time frames in sync, we start to look at areas of interest on the daily and the weekly time frame. And so as we've already identified, this one right here is an area of interest. And we have another area of interest. I'm just going to go, honestly, I want to really look at areas of interest above, because price is currently below it. But I don't really see many. This one kind of can be, but it's not that clear to me, so I'm not going to put it on there. See if I see anything clear on the weekly. See, on the weekly, we honestly could put it a little bit lower. You see these candle closes are a little lower. But we'll go off the daily area of interest that we just showed earlier, right? It has all these touches showing that it was holding as support and then acting as resistance, holding as support and then acting as resistance, and really pumping down, and now it's holding and it's just about to break below. So if I were to take this GU again, I kind of want to see it. It could pull back to here on the daily, which honestly, this is a significant movement. Like if we included, yeah, this might be. So I'm gonna include these candle closes here, starting with this one here, and then I want to encompass those. So we got about, if I make it this big, we have 3, but so I want it to pull back even more. So the candle closes that I'm looking at are this group of candles that have failed to break above. Technically, this right here that kind of held, but that's not the one I'm really counting. It was more so this right here, and then this one just missed it. But it's obviously in the market, nothing's perfect. But you can see like price really failed. Actually, look, we can count all of these actually. So these are touches that have failed to break below, failed to break below, failed to break below, and then it broke below. So this area here is also going to be one of the areas of interest that I'm interested in on GU. So GU is honestly still at top. We still have all 3 time frames in sync, and honestly, I would argue that we're really early on this move. Like if this is a downtrending market and this is a head and shoulders pattern, head, shoulder, and shoulder. This right here is the neckline, and when it breaks that, obviously it would have some pullbacks, but this can very well pump all the way down here before it is even considered to bounce. Maybe here, this obviously could be a reaction, but GU is really good for sales, and the way that I would be interested in entering these trades on GU would be to wait for a pullback to either wait for a pullback where price currently is. I want to see a pullback here and then come down, or I would like to see it cleanly break through. I would like to see it cleanly break through here and then maybe retest this area and come back down. So if any of these two play, then I would be interested in taking this again. And then this is a 47 pip stop loss if it were to break way up there. So I would be okay with it around here. Look at that 1 to 2 before it even barely pushes past on the 4 hour. So this is my bias on GU. I want to see one of these two things happen. And I'm not going to make the same mistake I made 2 weeks ago by not putting an alert and then playing basketball and missing that shit. So, yeah, it's crazy because if you're not using Alonda, it looks different, and you can drop screenshot links. And can you drop screenshot links? You want me to drop a screenshot link in the chat? Is that what you're asking? And yeah, I only use Alonda, bro, as the broker because I have ran into that issue of other charts not looking the same, and I did not like that. Or like it'll be gaps when you're trying to analyze it, and I don't like that either. So, yeah, I agree. It's definitely different. Let me see. Oh wait, did I drop a new one? Shit. Man, I'm tripping. Jordan, you the only one in here because I didn't even drop the link to all the other people. Let me see. Alright, so for anybody who is just now hopping in, I'm so sorry. I forgot to drop the second link to y'all, but I did go over GU analysis, and I'll summarize it really quick for you guys. So the way that I see GU, the beauty is we have all 4 time frames in sync, which is the very ideal way that we want to take trades. So the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hour are all bearish. So these are the 2 things I'm looking for. The blue lines that you see are areas of interest, which are support and or resistance lines, depending on where price currently is. And what I want to see is either price pull back to this area of interest and then go down, or price break below this area of interest, come back, retest, and then pull down or push down. So those are the 2 that I'm interested in. And I've already done the analysis for you. But again, all 3 time frames on the higher time frame are in sync. I have 2 areas of interest here based on daily candle closes, and so I want to see price either pull back to this area and then go down, or push past this area of interest. You can see it a little cleaner on the 4 hour. Push past this area of interest, come retest this level, and then push down. So I'm just going to set some alerts for that. So I want to have an alert if, I think that's what I meant. I was trying to put an alert here and I accidentally put it. So I think it's Control A. so if price is crossing up in this area, I'm going to say look for sales. And then I want to see price push down here, but then also push back up to this area. Crossing up. Look for sales. So yeah. Alright, this is GU, and sorry for y'all who are just now coming in. If you have any questions about it, let me know in the chat. If not, I'm going to move right along. I did take a sell on GU last week that hit for $2,000. It was like, I think I took it up here and wrote it, what time? Took it on Tuesday, Wednesday. I took it around here and got a 2R trade. And so what I was saying on the live earlier is I'm a little wary about taking positions on a trade I've already won if I don't see like a good pullback. So that's why I'm waiting for either a pullback here or for it to press below and then pull back into this area of interest. So that's my analysis on GU. Alright, so moving to AU. So the weekly we have, okay, so this is the high point. This is the higher low, price broke below. So this is a lower low, lower high, it's now bearish. Price breaks below drastically here, so this is the new lower low and lower high, and price did not break above after that. So this is the lowest point. I'm sorry, I just want to make sure that this right here, so price is clearly high here, this is the low, broke below again, broke below again. So this is the lower low and the lower high. Yeah, so price is already bearish from this alone. So at this point, this is the lowest point in the market. This is the lower low and the lower high, right? Yeah. And as you can see, price got close, but it never actually broke above. I feel like we talked about this in a previous recording. So this is the reason why the market is bearish right now. So everything in between here is just market structure. So we are bearish on the weekly. Moving on to the daily. So we're going to find the highest point in the market relative to where we are, which is obviously here. I mean, I could say Monday, but that's for tomorrow because I'm on a weekly. So this is the high, this is the low. Price broke below right here, then it broke below again. So this is the lower low, this is the lower high. And as you can see, price broke above right here, making it bullish. This is the higher high now, higher low. And then price broke again right here. So this is the new higher high, higher low, but then price broke here. So this is the lower low and now a lower high. This right here is what changed the market from bullish to bearish. So this is the lower low, lower high, but then at this candle right here, price broke above, making this bullish. So this is the low, this is now the higher high and the higher low. So we're going to get a little precise because it looks like it came close over here. We need to see what it actually did. Okay, so it did not break above, break below. So this is the highest point after market changed to bullish, and this is the lowest point, the higher low. So higher high, higher low, and price has been trading in between that. So since our last known thing was a higher high, we are bullish on the daily time frame, bullish. 4 hour, we're going to do the same thing. So obviously a high and a low. This is the highest point, and then this is a higher low. Price broke below over here a couple times. So this is the new lower low and the lower high. Price is currently bearish at this point. This is the lower low and the lower high, but then price breaks above here. So this is the new higher high, higher low, and then price breaks below again. So this is the lower low. And I am technically going to consider this as the lower high. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to consider this the lower high. So this is the lower high on the 4 hour, and this is the lower low. And then price breaks above again here at the highest point and closed above here. So now this current high point is the higher high and then the higher low. So on the 4 hour, price is bullish as well. Bullish. Okay, so we have 2 time frames in sync. we have the daily and the 4 hour both bullish. So what we do from here is we look for areas of interest, and honestly on the 4 hour I see a solid one. So I want to see what that looks like on the daily, because the daily areas of interest hold a lot more weight, and I see a sexy ass area of interest. These two is what I was looking at, and I guess I would encompass that one, but then it's a fat ass gap. Let me see. I don't want to go too far back. Yeah, I'm gonna stay right here. So the area that I like, for sure, I kind of want to just include these two. Oh yeah, so this is good. This is 3. Okay, so this is the area of interest, and this is honestly the only one I'm gonna probably put on here. So to show you guys, obviously this is not really clear. There was no clear candle closes. It was way down here. But the ones that I like, I seen that price tried to push up here and it failed twice on the daily. So for 2 days it failed to push above really all of this, but it actually touched the area of interest here, pushed down for a while, and then price failed to break above and close above, and then it pushed down for a while, retested again, failed to close above, retested again, and then pumped really far down. So this is a very strong area of interest. Then you see it also retested again here. So we've got, technically I'll count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and then now price is kind of stalling around there. So being that we have 2 time frames in sync, the daily and the 4 hour, I like I would be interested in, and we're starting to see the price stall here. And truthfully, on the 4 hour, you see that this was the area that held to. I kind of want to draw like this. So if we were to include, I'm not going to include these up here because it makes it a lot harder to see. So if we were to just include all these candle closes, alright, so if we count, right now it's at an area of interest. As you've seen, same thing I was describing on the daily. Price failed to break above. Once it broke above, it went for a while. It retested it for a little bit, but then when it broke up below, it went for a while. It stalled here, broke above, retested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times all throughout here. And then when it breaks above, it goes for a while. So this is a strong area of interest on the 4 hour though, so it doesn't hold as much weight as the daily. If I were to see something like this, like right now, like I told you guys, in an area of interest spot, you will always start to see doji candles like this, which just means that it's a candle with a very small body, like how the body of this candle is really small, and then you have wicks in both directions. So if I see stuff like that, followed by like a momentum candle, which just means like a candle with a lot of size, similar to something like this, right? Where at an area of interest, it was a doji candle and then a momentum candle following it. If I see something like that on this 4 hour, then I'd be interested in a buy. But again, because it's the 4 hour, to me, it doesn't hold as much weight. But I'm going to chart it up just in case. Yeah, it's only a 10 pip stop loss, but it's including a lot of support level area of interest all throughout here on the 4 hour. So I'm going to put a line here, and I'm going to say if price, every 4 hour candle, if price is greater, meaning that it closed above this line, then I will be looking for buys. So yeah, so Jordan, I don't know when you put fake out and all that, but I am just looking to see the candle close above and stay above. And again, if I see something like this on the 4 hour time frame or on smaller time frames at this area of interest, I'd be interested in the buy. But realistically, I see obviously price can do this and just continue to push up, or it could do this, pull back to this area and then push up, which I would prefer, honestly, the second one. Not prefer, but that's what I think is more likely to happen, is what I'll say. And I will be ready to take that one for sure. So I'm buy biased on AU, and these are the 2 trades that I'd be looking for. So we have 2 time frames in sync, which gives me the confluence enough to take the trade. And this is what I'd be looking for. Under the area of interest, going for a 2 hour trade. So I would say if price starts to come down, okay, crossing down, price come down here, I'm going to look for buys. Alright, so AU buy bias. it the blue or green? I think it was the green. Alright, US 30. Let's see if I want to look at this. It's starting to make structure up there. Oh yeah, we can look at US 30. Alright, so on the weekly, obviously we can just look at this high point. We're going to look at the high or low past that. So this is the high. I guess this is the low. I don't really want to count this. So I'll count this as the high or low. I don't even know if I want to count that. Well, no need because it broke above again here. So this is the higher high on the weekly. Higher low on the weekly. Again, if I'm going fast and y'all have any questions, please feel free to ask. If not, I'm going to assume that y'all just want to watch me and I'm just going to keep talking. Alright, so I got the chat up. So if y'all have questions, let me know. So higher high, higher low. Clearly bullish on the weekly. So that's what we're going to mark. Weekly, bullish. Daily, a lot more market structure in the daily. I like it. So on the daily, we have, so this is a high point and this was a low, or this was a low, regardless of which one you want to consider. Price broke below both of them, making this bearish market. And this was the higher high, but then price broke below again, making this the new higher, this is a bullish trend, uptrend, so high and then a low. It broke below, so this is now the lower low and the lower high. Price broke below again, making this the new lower low and this the new lower high. And then price broke above again here, making this the higher high, higher low. So this is now the higher low, and this is the higher high, and price has not broke above since. So on US 30, we have a bullish daily time frame as well. Daily bullish. And then on the 4 hour, it is looking like it's also bullish. So obviously we were having a downtrend. And then, so if this is the low and this is the high, this is the lower low and this is the lower high in the downtrending market on the 4 hour time frame at this time. But then, as you can see, price has very recently broke above on Friday. And so now that price has broke above, this is now the new higher high. And we are going to consider this the higher low on an uptrending market. So we have 3 time frames in sync on US 30 as well. Now US 30 moves real wild, and the wicks be flying all over the place. So I personally don't really like these, even though it's all in sync. I have to see like super clear market structure on the lower time frames in order to take this stuff. But we can look at what areas of interest we have on the daily. And it honestly looks like we're at one right now. And honestly, so like I was talking about earlier, when you see doji candles, which is this kind of candle, these kind of candles, this kind of candle, if you notice, a lot of the times when you see a doji candle at an area of interest, price has a reaction. It's either going to continue to push forward or it's going to reverse. So depending on your bias, that really helps. And as you can see, a doji candle has formed on the daily yesterday or Friday. So that's something to keep in mind. But what I'm going to actually try to do is mark an area of interest, which again is just support and resistance levels. And I don't really want to go way the hell back here. It's kind of wild that it's this high up in the first place. But I'm just going to objectively mark an area of interest, which I identify as several touches. Why isn't US 30 bearish is what I think you're asking? On which time frame? And then I'll go back to it. And then run that back again quickly. On every time frame? Which time frame are you asking about? So this is candle closes, and candle closes. Okay, so yeah, we are, and just to give you guys the areas of interest, bro, I don't even remember what I asked you, and you just said yes. Are you asking me that on all time? If you're asking on all time frames, okay, I got you. All right, so this is a touch reaction, touch and reaction, and then when it pushed above, it went for a while, stalled here, and this is what I was talking about. When you have a doji, you can have a doji candle at an area of interest. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a reversal. It just means that price is going to continue to move. And truthfully, when I see this kind of stuff, it gives me a lot of confidence to know I know how to read charts, because you'll, like, let's just say you came to the market at this time, but you had identified this as area of interest, and then when you start to see the candles print, and then you see a candle close like this, you're like, okay, bet that's for sure an area of interest. And again, you can just expect price to move from there. But anyway, so stall here, and then we have candle closes and touches here. So this is a strong area of interest on the daily, and that's the only one I'm going to chart up. And so being that I have all 3 time frames in sync being bullish, truthfully, it couldn't continue to push up just like it continued to push down right here. So depending on what the lower time frames look like, I would be interested in just taking a buy here and putting my stop loss below this area of interest and going for a 1 to 2. Or I kind of want to find one more area of interest, which it seems like there's one here. Yeah, I'm gonna count this. Just these. And I'm just gonna show you guys the candle closes that I'm actually looking at. And I like to keep them as close as possible, so I'm not like just trying to encompass all kinds of shit. Because when you start to look at the lower time frames and you just see this thick ass blue box, it makes you wonder like, well, damn, should I wait for it to get there or should I not? And so I like to have them relatively thin, but I'm gonna again show you guys where exactly I'm looking at. And so again, these blue boxes to me are just support and resistance levels, areas of interest. They all mean the same thing. If you hear me say area of interest, it just means support and resistance. And support and resistance is simply just where candles close and have a reaction at. So we seen candles close and have a reaction here, even though it had a gap, as you can see, because that's how US 30 be moving. A candle closed and reaction here, and if you notice at this reaction, once price pushed down and it had this reaction, it went for a very long time. So again, strong level of support. It came down and tested it, but didn't close below, and it continued to push up again. It had a reaction here, continued to push up and failed to break. But then once it broke, you had a doji candle, and then it continued to push. And then again, technically, this is also a touch right here. Right here, and then it broke through and it pumped for a while, and then it is also holding here. So these are the 2 areas of interest that I'm going to look at on the daily time frame. So I want to see either price just continue to push up from there, but I have to see like really good confluence on the lower time frames, or I want to see price push back to here and then continue to go up. So if one of these 2 happen, I will take this trade as well. And to your point, Jordan, I'm about to go over all of them real quick, and you better start paying attention, you bastards. 1 second then. Alright, so weekly, right, I mean, it's pretty clear. It's bullish on the weekly because this is the highest point and this is the higher low. Price never broke below the higher low, so this is bullish on the weekly. Daily, same concept. You can kind of just look right here. This is the highest point in the market. I don't count this as a higher low. I count this as a higher low, and price has not broke below that. So at the highest point, at this higher high, and this higher low, price has not broke below. So anything in between is just market structure, and that's why it's bullish on the daily. And then on the 4 hour, is when you actually have to do a little bit more analysis. But if we looked at, so this is a low. This is a high, price broke below again, this is a low, this is the high, and then at this point, that's why I have the line on here, so at this point, I'll zoom in more so you can see it more clearly. At this point, oh, Heavenly Father, what did I just do? This was the higher low, lower high because it was bearish at this point. But then price broke above right here on this candle and these candles. So it's it was bearish at this point for this whole time because this is the lower low, this is the lower high, but then price broke above it. So now it's bullish on all 3 time frames. I hope that answers your question, brother. I am buy bias on the US 30. All right, and now. I already showed what I'm looking for, so I'm just going to set the alert. So, yeah, US 30 could definitely keep pushing up, but how would I want to take this? I guess if price on the 4 hour, truthfully, I kind of don't. I just wanted to document it. If price continues to push up, I called it. I have a safe stop loss. I'm going to leave this up for next week. But I don't think I'm taking this trade unless it pulls down this way and then has a reaction here and goes up. So I'm only going to look at my alerts if I'm only gonna look at US 30 if price comes down here. Then I'm gonna look for buys. Righty. Alright, so yeah, that's the only time I'll be interested in US 30. So USD, Swiss franc. Yeah, see, this is the type of market structure I like. So on the weekly, we have a weekly within market structure, and I can. This is an interesting one. I think it's still bearish though, because that didn't engulf. That also didn't engulf. I'm gonna look at this at the lower high in the downtrending market on the weekly. And then this is the lower low, obviously. And price did not break above. So we are still bearish on US 30. It came close. And boy, if I was in the market at this time, this would have been sexy sales. Alright, so US Swiss franc is bearish on the weekly. What up, Young Kai? My nigga. Ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Appreciate you dropping in. Weekly is bearish. Daily is. So, I'm gonna just start talking it out again in case you guys, okay, so I'll talk it out. So this is a high point, and this is the low, and if you can see, price broke below here, so this is now the new lower low. This is the lower high. Then price broke below again, so this is now a lower low, another lower high. Price broke above, higher high, higher low. Broke above again. I will just skip a few. Higher high, higher low. But then price broke above that again, higher high. And I'm going to use this as the higher low. So higher high, higher low on the daily. And then price broke below that right here on this candle. So this became the new lower low. Then another lower low. Then another lower low. So this is the lower low and the lower high as of the daily time frame. So lower low, lower high on the daily time frame. Okay, what in heavens? Alright, so daily is also bearish. And then we can look at the 4 hour now. Oh yeah, this is gold. So when we have two higher time frames in sync, and we see the 4 hour pushing up like that, and it's starting to create doji candles at an area of interest, like US Swiss franc might be ready to sell real soon. But we'll do the analysis real quick. What is this shit down here? Alright. Let me see. So this is a high, this is the low. Price broke below right here, making this the new low, the new high. Then it broke again, lower low. I'm going to still consider this the lower high. And then it broke above right here. So this is the higher high. Now I'm trying to ask myself, do I want to consider this the higher low or this stalled area as the higher low? And because I can clearly see what has happened since earlier this month, for the last 3 weeks, price failed to break below 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and when it finally did, it pumped for a minute, then it pushed back up, and now it's kind of holding that line and that level again. So this is an area of interest on the 4 hour time frame. I don't even need to include that one. Yeah, we'll just count that one, and we'll clean this up a little bit. I only count these candle closes. So as you can see, price failed to break below for a while on the 4 hour time frame. I want to see what that looks like on the daily. Yeah, so this is a good area of interest even on the daily. And if you were to take it further out, you'd have to drag it up more, so I wouldn't even consider that. But this is actually a stronger area of interest on the daily. And I'm getting beside myself. I'm trying to talk about my entry before I actually finish my analysis. So on the 4 hour time frame, we have identified that it's bullish, so I'm going to write that so that nobody's lost. 4H is bullish. Bullish. and then so we have 2 time frames in sync, the weekly and the daily. Now what we need to do is look for areas of interest to take a sell, because eventually that 4-hour time frame is going to flip. And when it does, we will be waiting. So I personally, on the daily time frame, would like to see price either actually, this is a good area of interest. Yeah, I like this. We're back in. I'm gonna count these levels right here because you can clearly see price reacted. I want to count all that. No, I don't. I just want to count these. Yeah, hell yeah, that's a strong ass level. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is just get a good daily area of interest, aka support resistance. And as you can see, this shit was super solid. I don't usually go back this far. What up, my nigga Fresco? I don't usually go back this far, but if I don't have anything to go off of, I want to just kind of get some more data off of it. So on the daily, we have this as an area of interest, right? And so since I have 2 time frames in sync, the daily and the weekly, what I'm going to do is look on the 4-hour for my entry. What I want to see the 4-hour starting to look like is either, let me see if I would want it to push up this way. Yeah, nah, I just want price to push down. I don't really care unless it comes way up here, which it'll be weeks from now. Like obviously this is an area of interest on the daily, so price can come way up here, which that could take some weeks. So it can do 3 things. It can either push up here and then come down. It can, damn, what happened to my music? Or it can push below from where it's currently at, right here, and then react here and then go down. Or it can do the same thing but a little bit deeper. So from here and then push and go down. This looks wild, so I'm going to take one of them off. I think this one I'm not really concerned about. Yeah, I mean, obviously this one would have to happen first, so this is the one I'm going to put. Price can either break below here and then give me a retest of this area and then continue to push down, or push way up there. So I would be interested in this if I see price closing below this area. But truthfully, I don't really see that happening. So I'm gonna probably put that towards the bottom. Yeah, bro, we out here analyzing the chart, and when I say we, I mean me. But if y'all got questions, feel free to ask. Look for sales. Yeah, so we need the 4-hour time frame to go bearish, and after it closes below this, it would do that because this is the current high. And this is the lower high past that. And then as you can see, like price has been holding this level. So I want to see it turn bearish and then retest this area before I'm interested in a sell. And so obviously this alert is telling me if price closes below and gives me a retest, then I will be interested in sales on this. It looks something like this. Around here. Alright, but again, I don't really see that happening anytime soon, so I'm going to put that down there. So Euro GBP. This one's pretty easy. Obviously, price pushed down for a while. It's bearish on the weekly. We'll do this quick. The daily is also bearish. And I'm going kind of fast, so if y'all got questions, just let me know. I feel like it was pretty easy to see. Daily is also bearish, and then the 4-hour. Okay, so this looks really nice. Just obviously the 4-hour is bullish, right? Because actually, it depends on if this closed above or not. Okay, so the 4-hour is bullish because I do the analysis so y'all can see it clearer. Alright, so obviously price was stalling for a while. It broke below, clearly bearish, right? Lower low, lower high. And then it broke again, lower low, new lower high right here. But then price broke above right here. So now it's bullish on the 4-hour time frame. This is the higher high and the higher low. So what I want to see on Euro GBP, being that we have 2 time frames in sync and the 4-hour is currently bullish, we need the 4-hour to push bearish, or if we get a shift of structure at an area of interest on a lower time frame, we can also take that sell because we have 2 time frames in sync. So we don't need all 3 to go bearish in order to take a sell. So the 2 things that I'm looking for on Euro GBP, which can happen very soon because the way it's looking right here. Obviously the area of interest on the daily is pretty high. So I would want to see, like on the daily, the area of interest is pretty clear. There's 2 touches here, and then a long ass area where price was stalling and failing to break above. So obviously 1, 2, and 3 touches, and then when it broke below, it pumped for a while. So I either want to see this price come all the way back here and go down. And so if that happens, I'll be looking for a sell here, or on the 4-hour time frame, since we can, I guess it's kind of the same thing. Let me see if price can break below. Yeah, honestly. So since the 4-hour is bullish, what we could do, this low key could be considered a higher low. No, it's not, because it's the higher high. So this is the higher low. So price can either do what I just showed earlier or this. If it breaks currently from here, below here, and retest this area, and then continues to go down, I'd be interested. And this could happen pretty soon, so I'm going to put an alert for this. I'd be interested in that for sure. Yeah, seeing stuff like this, like when you get into your trade, you're barely even, this is a 2.6, I go for 2R trades. So like before you're even, before price even gets ready to make a lower low, because it's a downtrending market, you're already out. So like those kind of trades are great for me. So what I'm going to do is set an alert for price closing below this, and then let's say this thing. I'm just gonna say alert for sales. Gold. Alright, I might not look at gold. Oh, maybe I will look at gold. Yeah, because there's a lot of market structure on the daily and the 4-hour. Weekly just look kind of crazy still. But it did just turn bearish, so we could have some sales cooking. So, obviously this is an uptrend. But then, so if this is the high, and this is the higher low, from an uptrend, higher high, higher low, price right here broke below, so now this is the lower low, lower high, so the weekly is bearish. The daily, so this is the high. Honestly, I think I want to consider this as the low, but this could be considered the low. And this obviously looked like an area that was holding for a while as it broke below. Let me see. I don't want to force nothing. So I think that this could be considered a higher low right here. And if that's the case, that means that this is a bearish market and price is failing to make higher highs. So I'm going to look at this as my higher low. Especially because it engulfed the previous candle, it gives me a little bit more confidence to say that this was a higher low in the market as it continued to make higher highs. So if this is the higher high and this is the higher low, price broke below here, making this the lower low and the lower high. So at this point, when it closed below here, it made the daily bearish, broke below again. So now this is the new lower low and the new lower high on the daily, and price has not broke above or below that. So the daily is also bearish. So this is a high, this is a low, this is a lower low, lower high, and price has not broke below this lower low or above this lower high. So the 4 hour is also bearish. 4 hours also bearish. Okay, and so now we're going to look for areas of interest. So honestly, I think that this would be considered one because this is a candle close here, and then a lot of candle closes here where it failed to close below. So this is a touch, and then I mean all these pretty much price failing to close to break below this, and then it continued to push up, and then when it broke below, it retested it and came down, and now it had a reaction here. So this is, in my opinion, an area of interest for sure on the daily. On the weekly, it's probably not going to be much to look at. So truthfully, market structure not being like really showing on the daily and the weekly don't really sit that well with me, but I think it can still be looked at. And so on the 4 hour, it's a lot cleaner, and being that we just seen that it's bearish and we had this fat ass push on the 4 hour time frame, what I'd want to see is price push back up a little bit to either because it literally just closed below a strong level, and so I kind of want to, but it hasn't pushed far enough. I would have liked the price to already be down here and then retest this level and come. But if price, I guess, pushes like here, like maybe back up into here just a little bit, or it just gives me a lot of doji candles like this back in this area, then I'd still be interested on the sell. So basically, I'm just looking to see what happens here. Take my little 1 to 2. Yeah, and again, like being that I get out of my 1 to 2 before it really hits that price action is what I like to see. But seeing a fat push like this, I'd like to see better pullback. So unless I see like a lot of stalling like this, I probably wouldn't take the sell, especially because on the daily, like it just broke below. So it honestly could still be pushing before it pulls back. So I'm not honestly that interested in this. It is bearish all over the place, but let's see. If on the smaller time frames, it looks cleaner. Yeah, see, it's starting to stall, but I still want to see like this is a little bit easier to see. Like if price push back up here, it actually looks like it would have a decent pullback and not me just trying to force some shit. So on those time frames, yeah, I would be interested. So I'm gonna say if price pushes up to here and I start to see a reaction, then I'll look for a sell. Biased, but I'm not that crazy about it. UDP CAD. Okay, this looks good. That's clearly bullish. It has closed above on the weekly. The daily is bearish. And I just know that simply from, obviously this is the highest point from the data that we're looking at, and this was the higher low, and then price broke below that, so this is now the new lower low and the lower high, so the daily is bearish. It looks like it's also bearish. So this was the high, this is the higher low, another higher high, higher low, or higher low, whichever one you want to consider. Price broke below both of them, making this the new lower low, and this the lower high in the downtrend, but then it broke below again, so now this is the new lower low and the new lower high. So on the 4 hour, this is also bearish. Alright, so we got 2 time frames in sync. Both looking bearish. See if we can get some good areas of interest. Unfortunately, like the good areas of interest are all below. And the daily's already there, so let's see what the 4 hours looking like. Yeah, so honestly, I mean, maybe this one. This seems like a reach. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't really be wanting to take this. The price would have to pull back deep for me to be interested in this. We got 2 time frames in sync. And on the 4-hour time frame, this is, I mean, like I feel like I'm kind of reaching this level. I'm forcing this level too, but I guess I can consider this one right here. Anything I would consider this. So we got a candle close here, failed to push above, a couple retests, broke above, tried to retest here, and push hard, and then it broke below, retest a lot, had a fake out or whatever, broke out, broke back in, and then it pumped for a while. So, I mean, we would have to either have this shit come all the way up here for me to take the trade, or being that we have 2 time frames in sync, the weekly would have to go bearish, which it obviously has a while to go before it does that. So yeah, I'm not too interested in GBP CAD. I'm gonna actually take this out and put it down here. USD CAD. This looks good. Alright, so higher high, higher low, lower high. Weekly is bearish. This is the higher high and higher low. Nothing has broke above or below, so the daily is bullish. You need help? Sorry, y'all. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Alright, so weekly's bearish, daily's bullish. Where's that? I was on the 4-hour. Let me make sure the daily's bullish because I feel like I just kind of, yeah, so this is the highest high, higher low, nothing broke above or below. Alright, 4-hour time frame. Same thing, right? We got, yeah, this point's higher. So this is the high point, higher high, higher low. Nothing has broke above this or below this. So the 4-hour is also bullish on this. 4 hours bullish. Bullish. Alright. And so now that we have 2 time frames in sync, we are buy biased on this. Okay, buy biased. Alright, and now we're gonna look at some areas of interest on the daily. This is one. Honestly, I think where price is at is one too. But like I'm kind of reaching, trying to scroll that far back. I can barely see the damn chart. Price is stalling where it's at. This is a touch, and I respected that. Yeah, honestly, I think where we're at right now is an area of interest too. So, yeah, okay, so let's do candle closes instead of forcing shit. So what I'm trying to do is encompass as many body closes as I can. So this is a candle close here, and it counts that one. It counts that one, and where we're at. So one solid clean touch, a clean touch, failed to break below, break out, break back in, whatever, clean ass touch. So we got at least 1, 2, 3 here, and then price is currently at that with the doji. So I like that area of interest a lot. So truthfully, if we got the bullet, we got daily and 4-hour both bullish, and then the 4-hour time frame has been two levels here. Okay, the 4 hours area of interest is a little lower. There's a lot of candle closes here. There's one here. Failed to break all above here. Also right here and right here. So truthfully, I think if price gets to here, I mean like literally like right here, I'm interested in this. So I'm super buy-buy on UK. I just need to see some doji as it pulls back around this area, and I'm super interested. So what we're gonna do is put this bad boy like that. Put this right here. That's a 15 pip stop under all that structure. I like that. Yeah, see, this is the type of trade that I might mess around and hold for like 3R because it's nowhere near making a higher high on the daily. The weekly is bearish, but it's been pumping. Anyways, I'm not gonna stay like that. So we're looking at the daily, it's been pushing bearish for a while. We have a doji candle starting to react at an area of interest, and then the 4 hour. Wait, did I say the 4 hour was bullish? Oh yeah, because this is the high. I'm like, this shit broke below, but this is the high, and this is the higher low. And price failed to break below that. So yeah, I'm really interested in buys on this. So what I'm going to do, low key, I want to put an alert here for every 4 hour candle that closes above this area. I am buy bias. So if anything closes greater than this line on the 4 hour time frame, I want to look for buys. But I also want to see if price was to push. This is the 4 hour. If price starts pushing down here and I start to see some dojis, only once crossing down, then I also want to look for buys. What the fuck happened to the alert? Oh, I think I just changed it. Yeah, once per bar close, if it's less than look for buys. But then the price starts pushing down here, pressing down, then I want to look for buys. Look for buys, okay. Yeah, I really like this. Especially with this doji on the daily at an area of interest. My God. Weekly obviously is not in sync right now, but that's a whole 5 days of data. But the 4 hour and the daily, if this 4 hour, like I said, if it pulls back here, and honestly, yeah, that's what I'm gonna leave it at that. That's what I'm interested in. All right, E, let's go to weekly. Okay, now this kind of market structure. All right, so this is a high, this is a low, lower low, lower high, weekly bearish. So this is a high, let's go here, higher low, break below, lower low, lower high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower low, and I'm going to use, honestly, I think I want to use this as a lower high. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm for sure using that. Yeah, I'm going to use this as a lower high. And so this is bearish still, no matter what. So Alt J, lower low currently. That is bearish. Yeah, there's some fat ass 4 hour candles. But anyway, lower low. Lower high. I'm not counting this only because even though it's for sure it was a higher low right here. I don't really consider it a lower high here. I would consider this more so. But if I did, that would make this bullish instead of bearish. But nonetheless, it's two other time frames that are bearish, so it wouldn't change anything. I'm going to consider this the lower high, and this is the lower low. And price did not close below, so that means that the 4 hour would also be bearish. Bro. High, host silver. Guess I gotta double click it. Okay, so we got 3 time frames in sync on this. So now we're looking for areas of interest. We got a solid, super solid one right here, but it might take a couple of days. But this very solid area of interest. Honestly, if we didn't want to consider these candle closes and we just considered all of these, so now we have one solid candle close, undoubtedly. Oh, actually, I could probably bring it down just to here. Right there. Use a short term. And then, I want to get that one still. But I don't need to get this. Right. So, obviously, this is touches. I don't really want to count these candle closes because I would have a big box. But a candle close here, failed to break. 2 candle closes here, failed to break. Same here, same here. So this is a solid area of interest. I don't think I want to count this one because it's only one, and it's not that clear anywhere else. I don't know where that currently is, but I want to pull back. Okay, so in order for me to take this trade, where price currently is it seems like it's an area of interest back in the day. The horizontal blue line is where price currently is. And so this is a strong level, failed to break, another strong level. So 1 touch, 2 touch, kind of reacted past it, but I wouldn't count that. 1 touch, 2 touch, kind of 3 touches. So where price currently is a level 2. So this is way back in. Oh, this is only from May. We can count this. Just trying to do is count the body closures. So this is a body close encompassed in here, and I'm encompassing that one. So that's 2 clear touches. Don't really count for that one. Retest and pump for a while. Don't really count this. Yeah. So where price currently is a level, and where price can get to. And so since it's bearish, I only want sell. So if price does this, I'm very interested. And if price does this, I'm very interested. Boom, boom, boom. I want to see one of those 2 before I take this. And in order for me to be preparando, I would go 20 pips. That would be beautiful. And so I also want to see that too. Yeah, so. Okay, so yeah, and so. See the price is crossing up here. Okay, I would say look for sales, and then if price closes, honestly, I want to see. Let me see what this looks like on a lower time frame. Yeah, prices are already stalling on the lower time frames. Oh yeah. I wish it would push down a little bit more though. I guess if price closes below all of this, okay. And I can still look for sales less than. Yeah, for sales. Other 2 things. I like that. How this is looking. How did your GBP look? We got a unit for that. I don't think I'm gonna do analysis on this one. Yeah, everything's just kind of pushing up. It's bullish. Looks like it's bullish everywhere. So I would need to pull back maybe down here. bullish. Daily is clearly bullish, and the 4-hour is clearly bullish. Yeah, so this is going to be lazy analysis just because it's for sure going to pull back. There's an area of interest. I'll do more analysis on that if it comes to it, but same thing with this one. Yeah, I don't care for this at all. This is way too high up. So NGBJ can go out and cool off us. Same thing with DJ. I think I already analyzed this. Thank God I ain't doing it. I feel like I've been on here for hours. Alright, so USD Swiss franc, I got alerts on here, and it looks like price is kind of far from both, so I am still biased, but I think this is my top picker for sure. Now I'm just kind of going through and seeing what I really, really like and want to keep as my top. So USD CAD is for sure my top one. This one I have all three in sync. I'm waiting on a pullback or a push down with a pullback so that can go below AU. AU looks a little bit more rated than GU. Fuck, my sneeze just went away. Damn, I hate when that happens. Yeah, it's stalling right now. I think AU could be right here as my second pair I like. Because the day, we still got, or actually this candle has an hour and a half to close. If it closes doji, right now it's not, it's just pushing down. Then that could be looking good. But right now it looks like it's still pushing down, and I am biased on this. So yeah, those are the two things I wanted to see. Let's see if GU looks better. Yeah, GU is super early on its move. If it pulls back, that would be a nice entry. Bearish on all 3 time frames. Yeah, I think where I have everything is good. Alright, I'm good. Is there anything else y'all want me to analyze? If not, I'm about to hop off. Appreciate y'all stopping by and coming to me TED Talk. Alright. Well, y'all be blessed. Appreciate you watching.